Welcome to another Black Myth Wukong boss tutorial video, and in today's video we're in chapter 2 and we're looking at the secret boss known as the Gigondon. Before you can unlock, fight, and defeat this boss, you're going to need to collect 6 different Buddha heads that are laying around the area. Most of them are in the Squall hideout and some of them are in Rock Rest Flats. The first one is as soon as you get into the Squall hideouts here. Just up ahead, take the path on the right that goes up the wooden stairs. You'll have to fight a couple enemies, but at the top you'll find the second Buddha head laying here. From the second Buddha head, you can see the third Buddha head across the way. It's over on the path on the left, so head back down the stairs, take this little rockway across the gap, and just up ahead to the left, you'll find the third Buddha head. From the first Buddha head, if you instead went to the left, you'll find a little cave system. And in this cave system, off to the left, there are a couple enemies, but once you clear them out, there's another Buddha head back here. To find the 5th Buddha head, from the checkpoint at Rock Rest Flats, turn around and head into the cave system, then head uphill. In this same area where we fought the Mother of Stone, there's a path that leads outside to the right. This will lead to a platform that has the 5th Buddha head for you. Head back to the Rock Rest Flat checkpoint, and this time stick to the left instead of going inside the cave, and you'll find the last Buddha head here. Just up ahead from the last Buddha head to the left, you'll come to Rock Clash Arena, and there's this big rock here. That's the one we're trying to awaken with the Buddha head, but there's also some rocks over here. That's the Stone Vanguard, and if you didn't collect the Buddha heads to wake up Gigondon, he's who you're going to have to fight when you first come here. But since we did pick up the Buddha heads, we can just awaken Gigondon to fight the Stone Vanguard for us. Spoiler alert, the Stone Vanguard is not going to win this fight. He's not strong enough, so while they're fighting, if you have time to get in some damage on this guy, you should, because you're gonna have to fight him next. No matter what the health, at some point, Gigondon's gonna pick up the Stone Vanguard, slam him in the ground, and throw him across the arena, which is gonna instantly kill him, and now it's your turn to fight him, but luckily we got his health down to about 50%. Now let's go over his moves. First off, he can jump in the air on all 4 and then belly flop onto the ground. During these, he can turn in midair and emit shockwaves when he lands. Then there's an attack where he charges and runs into you. You just need to back up a little bit though, as he's only going to charge, not attack at the end of it. He's also a big fan of punching the ground, so watch his hands. If you see his hands go into the ground, he's going to shoot some spikes at you. While his hands are in the ground, if they start to light up like this, they're about to explode. And if his hands are glowing, then these pillars are glowing and everything's going to explode. He also does this dive backwards attack where he makes rocks behind him, and it takes him a long time to get up. In fact, a lot of his moves take a while to get up, and that leads to the strategy here. Because I have enough points in my stance skill tree to have 4 focus points, once I have 3 focus points built up, I'll wait until he has one of these long recovery moves, go in and spam my attack to build up a 4th focus point, and then unleash a giant heavy attack on him. Now as far as moves we want to look out for, this is one of them. It's just a simple side swipe, but it's the fastest move he has, and it hit me 90% of the time. But his scariest attack is this one here. He lifts up 2 limbs, slams them into the ground, you get damaged by the shockwave, and then the ground underneath you explodes. This is something you can avoid though, you just have to time your jumps to avoid the shockwave and the explosion. You could also dodge the shockwave and then jump over the explosion. And while the pillar stance can avoid the shockwave, it cannot avoid the explosion. Now that we know his moveset, we know what moves to look out for, and we know when to retaliate against this guy, plus we have his health down to 50%, this should be a piece of cake fight, right? Well, maybe not. Maybe you didn't collect the Buddha heads the first time you came here. Maybe you don't have the Stone Vanguard to take down half this guy's health. Or maybe you're like me and you took down half his health and still wasn't able to defeat him because you didn't know what you were doing. Let's go over what to do if you have to fight this guy at full health. So first off, don't awaken this guy yet. Run past him to the other end and you'll see that there's a new shrine you can rest at. In the shrine, there's an option to craft new armor that's better than the armor you're wearing, and if you craft all of it, you're going to get bonuses for all of your perfect dodges. Just past that new rest point, there's a little town, and in that town there's a rat wizard. Defeat the rat wizard, and behind him there's a meditation spot so you can get another spark to help upgrade before this fight. Just to the right of that meditation spot there's a little tunnel. In there you'll find this jar that has a celestial pill that'll increase your mana. At the end of that same tunnel, you're going to find this sand slide you can jump onto. People are going to shoot you with bombs and arrows, so go into your cloud step mode so they can't see you, then you can slide down to the bottom safely. At the end of the sand slide, you'll run into our favorite guitar player. He's going to pluck a hair out of his armpit, put it into your hair, which is really gross, but now you can pull one of your own hairs in battle, blow it into the wind, and create duplicates to help you in the battle. Now that you've got an army of duplicates to help you, let's use the shrine in front of you to travel back to Rock Clash area. For my skill trees, I started with the Pluck of Many and upgraded everything I could, except for the one that said they get to decide when to cast spells, and the one that said it cost a considerably more amount of mana. I'd rather have the mana. In the Immobilize skill tree, I'm going to upgrade everything I can, except for the one that says Immobilize costs a considerably more amount of mana. In the Foundation Stamina tree, you want to upgrade at least this far so that you can dodge and not interrupt your light attack combos. Now let's do this fight from full health. Alright, he's gonna charge at me so we know to back up just a little bit, and when he jumps in the air here, I'm watching his hands. They go in the ground, so I know he's gonna make everything explode. I'm gonna punish him while he recovers. Now let's try out that new Pluck of Mini spell, which takes a second to cast, so we want to wait for him to do a move like this, and while he's recovering, we'll cast the spell. Once all your friends arrive, then we want to use Immobilize on him, because we're all gonna do more damage to him while he's immobilized. And look at them all go, getting off their heavy attacks, and then here, I have time to get off my heavy attack, which happens to dodge his AoE attack, and we saw the swipe coming this time. After my Pluck of Mini spell wears off, I'm going to switch to my Firewolf transformation, but since he fell down and it takes so long to recover, let's get in a full light attack combo first. While in this Firewolf form, we can easily dodge this guy, so I wouldn't waste time with heavy attacks as it'll use up too much of your energy. Just dodge and use your light attacks until this bar fills up. Then do a dodge followed by a heavy attack to unleash a ton of damage. You can't set the rock on fire though. After the Firewolf transformation, let's use our big blue baby to knock him back a little bit and get in another full light attack combo. After that, he comes at me with a belly flop, which I'll dodge and punish, and I could probably use Immobilize and Cloud Step to finish the fight now, but I really want to use Pluck of Mini again. And that's why I'm wearing this armor set. When you wear all 4 pieces, every time you perfect dodge, it reduces the cooldown of your spells, and we can get to the Pluck of Mini spell that much quicker. It probably would have been wiser to finish the fight earlier when we could, but I really wanted to use this spell again and have everyone defeat him together as a team. Because after all, my friends are my power. And your prize for winning this fight is being able to craft a new staff that lets your smash charged heavy attacks do moderately more damage. And that, my friends, is how a bunch of monkeys takes down a giant rock man. If you have other strategies we missed, let us know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and obey.